What's going on, YouTube? GraveCinder here, and welcome back to episode number 27 of the Season 3 series here in our Cities Skylines. And I've got to tell you, me and Chirpy have been busy. And when I say busy, I mean super busy. Chirpy and I have visited every single one of these homes in person, both him and I, to get all of the petitions signed. And I've got to say, we were successful. There's a couple of folks that disagreed with us, didn't want to sign the petitions. Chirpy said, "Mayor, let me take care of that for you." So we have a 100% compliance. I said, "Chirpy, how'd you get everybody to agree and sign the petition?" He said, "Mayor, there's only one way to please people, and it's to give them everything they want." I was like, "Chirpy, what in the world could they wanted?" He said, "Mayor, you're not going to believe the list." So I took a look at the list and, of course, had to make it happen. So the folks of Saddle Rock Ranch were pretty darn demanding. So all of these folks right here have asked for a beautiful new area to be built for them right over here. And that's what we got. We've got a beautiful new area for the residents of what we're going to call New Saddle Rock. So first demand was we want beautiful views of the whole city. So regardless of where you live in New Saddle Rock, you've got beautiful views of the whole city. They said, "Mayor, we want better education for our children." So I've got them this fancy elementary school, the community school, and I got them the fancy high school right over here as well. I said, "Mayor, we want unique buildings." So they got the tax office, the oppression office. They've also got the helicopter park. They've got, I believe this is the city park. And lastly, they wanted something green. So I gave them lungs of the city. And this one actually looks really nice. They also demanded better health care, so I gave them a cryopreservatory, a sauna, their very own crematorium here. We got a clinic that is within walking distance. They wanted better police and fire coverage, so we got that as well. We got a large fire station as well as a large police station. And lastly, we've got a library that's also in this area. So it really is kind of like a small little town, like a little town center right over here. Now, it wouldn't be a town center without some shops as well. So they requested the natural produce market, which is Prospect Park right over here. So folks, there you have it. This is New Saddle Rock, where all the folks from Saddle Rock Ranch are going to move into. We even have this beautiful little Saddle Rock Ranch icon, or New Saddle Rock. That's going to take some time getting used to that. New Saddle Rock icon. So we have that right here. So that's really everything that Chirpy and I have been up to in addition to building the area. So let me explain the area a little bit as well. So a couple of ways to get into there. You can come over here, get on the off ramp where it divides right here. You make a right and you come out this way. You make a left and you are entering New Saddle Rock. If you are leaving New Saddle Rock, currently there's two ways. One's a little bit simpler. You come down here, you hop on the on-ramp, and you're out. If you want to go the other way, it's a little bit more complicated. You've got to come through the tunnel over here under the highway. You've got to make a left. You got to go all the way around this way. follow this street, get out here, and then go out and come out this way, which I think is why we're having a little bit of a traffic backup here, which I'm hoping here in a little bit it's going to solve itself. And then lastly, if you are somebody coming from this part of the city or even this part of the city and you want to visit your auntie or your uncle in New Saddle Rock, you simply take this off-ramp right over here, take a left turn, come up this way, and there you are. So, folks, that's our New Saddle Rock right there. So, Prospect Park is going to be natural produce, as I mentioned. So that's exactly what we're gonna go ahead and zone over here as well. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show you one really cool little pathway that I built. So this down here is going to be high density commercial. If the folks from New Saddle Rock wanted to come down this way, they can simply just take this beautiful little pathway that goes under the little road, comes down the hill here through the trees, and goes down that way. So pretty proud of that one. Yes, let's go ahead and let's start moving some folks in here. So we haven't de-zoned anything on the other side just yet. I'm gonna zone a good chunk here, and then we're gonna go and zone or de-zone the old area. So for now, I think this should be sufficient. This should transfer power up to that park, so it can stop blinking in red, and this one over here as well. Not sure if I mentioned this in the last episode. I'm pretty sure I did. I kind of reworked the garbage services here. And lastly, before we come over here and start moving the folks out of the Saddle Rock Ranch, I did finish up the amusement park. So this took a little bit of working out to kind of mess and play with the terrain, but I got it. I think I got it just right. So we have a roller coaster right on the ocean there. We have a bunch of these amusement park buildings, spinnaroos, teacups, whatever, all around. We also have the little bushes. I didn't. I mean, it's kind of like an amusement park in a desert, I guess, because of the way that this terrain is right here. But we have everything filled in. The park's doing great. I increased the prices to $10 per ticket, which I think is reasonable now that we have the full thing completed and every imaginable thing is here. So I think we're good. I think it turned out pretty nice. But it's finished now. We don't have to worry about it. Now all we have to worry about is putting in some more shops and whatnot over here and kind of filling in this area as well. But enough talk. Let's come over here. I've got my strong arm Chirpy with me, and he's gonna help me move these folks out of here. So let's go with a large brush and just go around and de-zone everyone. Now you guys might have noticed that that new area is going to house more folks than this area over here because we did not space them out this far out like we did here. Over there, they're a little bit more cramped. Let me put the game on 3 speeds, kind of speed this up a little bit and get these folks out of here. So, as I mentioned before, the idea behind moving everybody out of Saddle Rock Ranch into New Saddle Rock is so we can expand on this area here as far as not industry but forestry goes, right? So we want we want to put in a successful forestry business. Oh, by the way, the folks of New Saddle Rock Ranch have asked us to name the new area after the old Saddle Rock. Believe it or not, they want the forestry industry to be called Saddle Rock Timber. And I said, okay. It was I had no choice really. It was part of the demand for everybody to sign the petition. So new, or I'm sorry, not new, but Saddle Rock Timber is what we're going to name our forestry industry. So I'm gonna, is this a house? Yeah. All right, so the other thing that I want to do here is I kind of want to rework this whole thing a little bit, as well as this. I believe that one of the reasons why we're having some of these icons pop up to where they're saying not enough buyers for product, like this one up here, for example, just popped up and they keep popping up every episode. I believe the reason this is happening is because we don't have enough processor buildings currently. We have just 1, 2, 3 here for all of these farms right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna expand on this area, or expand the farming processor buildings here. So we're gonna rework this whole thing, and then we are going to buy. Actually, let's go ahead and do that right now. We're gonna buy this this tile here. What is going on here? There you go. Go away. And then this is kind of where we're gonna have our forestry industry. Right? It's already got some trees and whatnot. I think it even has a little bit of ore. I think I was looking at it. No, that's oil. No, ore right here. Yeah, ore. But I really don't think that we're gonna mess with that at all. So I'm gonna turn this whole thing into a big old forest where we're gonna have our forestry industry. Now, before we do any of that, what I'm gonna do, and maybe I'll make a time lapse of it, I don't know, is what I want to do is rework this at the very least, right? So it's gonna require a little bit of work, but I think we should be okay. But yeah, this whole thing right here is gonna have to get reworked in order to make this area bigger and more efficient, and for it to make sense for traffic to come through and not get stuck. So I'm gonna take a little bit of time, think about it, come up with something, and hopefully show you guys what it looks like. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right, so that was fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys saw what I was doing here as well and how I was putting these buildings together. Now we are missing one building, and before I start the simulation, let's go ahead and put that one building in. That one building is a bakery. So we had this before. We don't have it now. You can only use one or put down one of these unique factories. So we're gonna put that one right there. So I haven't started it yet. You guys saw everything that I did. I'm sure you saw me shy away from those water pipes that I had here before. So I went ahead and I redid them. So here we go. So let me kind of sort of maybe try and explain this to you guys. That way it's not confusing, right? So here we have the flour mill, right? So flour mill, if we come over here, come on. So flour mill grinds crops into flour and package it for transportation. So we have the flour mills here, and then we have a flour mill warehouse, medium warehouse right here. So they are going to get crops imported. Hell, actually, you can put a warehouse. Actually, this is crops. Yeah, we can put a large grain silo right here. In the future, if we need more, we'll put more. So they'll have crops on demand from here. Once it fills up, they'll be delivered over here. They'll make the flour and we'll store it right here. Over here on this side, we have the milking parlor. Now, as far as the milking parlor goes, if you take a look, they require animal or they produce animal products, right? But they also require crops. So crops, again, are going to be delivered to them. If we really wanted to, we can put in, let's put a small barn over here just to kind of help us get some of these crops in here. And then we have two crop warehouses, right? So we have, or I'm sorry, animal products. So animal products 1, animal products 2. The reason I put 2 over here is because these two factories require animal products as well. And you can tell what they require as well down here. So they require crops, turn them into animal products, right? So that's kind of the, oh, by the way, let's not forget the cattle shed. So they require crops, turn them into animal products as well. And then here we have a couple of crop warehouses. So I haven't started anything. I haven't started a simulation. This is going to be hectic as soon as it starts. I did remove these crop warehouses or storage sheds, whatever they were, that we had over here in this area, because as you can see, this is already congested. So I didn't want it getting too congested. So I added additional barns over here for storage of the crops and animal products, whatever. And I added additional crop fields as well. Couple of the wind turbines. I'm not extremely happy with this. This is 100% going to get reworked at a later date. But I just wanted to kind of finish it up real quick, see if we're making the right move with adding so many of these buildings, and kind of see what the game does, right? I haven't too many times messed around with the whole lot of industry. So what's going to happen now is all of these crop fields and then animal farms, whatever, they're going to take all of their produce, they're going to store them into their sheds, they're going to bring them over here, fill all of these processing buildings up with whatever they need, and kind of go from there. Let them do their thing. So hopefully it was a change for the better, as you can see. So this example right here, all of these guys are flocking to these new barns so they can fill them up. I do have everything set on balanced. just because I can. I don't want it to fill, because when you fill them, nothing comes out. I don't want them to empty, because then it just creates additional truck traffic. So I think balanced is pretty much what it means. It's balanced. So when you have room, they'll bring some. When one is short on a particular product, they'll empty from there and bring it to whoever needs what, and then just go from there. Our budget went down by a lot. If you can see, it's down at 10,000 per week. But yeah. So we're gonna kind of keep an eye on this and see how it develops, how it works, how it goes, what we need to change, if anything. I added this little highway here. I messed around with some asymmetrical roads, because if there's a bunch of traffic coming down the highway here and they all want to turn left, they don't block the lane going straight. And then same thing over here on this side too. So you have a turning lane and a lane that goes straight on. Over here as well. So same thing. That's nice about these asymmetrical roads, is you can do that. You can mess with them to your benefit. So yeah, I'm gonna let this run for a couple of minutes and see what happens, and I will be back. Okay, so hopefully you guys were able to see, or paid attention at the very least, to the tab I have over here on the top right. So when we started, our total profit was in the negatives, and then it slowly went up, and now we're at 17,000 as far as total profit. Oh, we just dipped back down to 8,000, but it's working. Right, so we're making a profit on everything. What I did do is I increased our bakery to what is it? 150%, 200%, 150. Right, so we're producing a good amount. Material cost is on the low side, right? So we have a decent profit going. Now, I would suspect this is going to fluctuate between 8-17,000, depending on how many or how much we import and how much we produce on our own. I'm not seeing a reason as to why in the world we're importing anything, because we have a ton of farms and not too many of the processor buildings, right? I think this is enough right now. I don't know if we're importing solely to just fill the warehouses and have them like, okay, let's pause real quick. We'll take a look at this truck. He just dumped into our warehouse. He's actually exporting. Let's take a look at this fella right here. Owner slaughterhouse, so they're importing locally. What about this guy? Where's he from? Medium crop field, returning to facility. Okay, so I mean, it does look like we're importing a little, I guess. So maybe it's hard to find a truck or two that are doing that currently, but import is low, own production is high, which is what you want in order to have a profit in your farm. Now, I'm gonna keep an eye on this, because as you can see, the budget itself is also kind of going up and down. We were just at about $200 worth of profit. Now we're at $8,600, and this is more than likely gonna just fluctuate up and down. But for the most part, we are no longer in the negatives, right? So we'll come back and we'll take another look at the farming here and see what can be done. And check it out, we're actually almost at 75,000 in population, which means that we're gonna soon unlock this very last tile here and be able to put in our train network, kind of like what I wanted. So I was actually going to title this episode Saddle Rock Timber, because I was going to put in the wood production and all of that, the industry here. But this kind of just took away from that, and we reworked it. So let's just wait until we get to that 75,000 population milestone, where we're gonna unlock the airport. We'll grab this tile over here as well, and just kind of plan this out, right? So we're not going to plan it out this episode. We'll plan it out next episode and the next episodes to come. But we're kind of approaching that end game in this city, right? So this tile here, train network, airport, develop here, and we're pretty much gonna kind of sort of run out of room. So oh yeah, I can do a regular industry over here like I wanted as well. Oh, there it is. Check it out. Very last milestone, 75,000. We got that new area. We've unlocked Monuments, International Airport, and the Cargo Airport Hub, which, yes, indeedy, is gonna be included in this series. So there it is, folks. Now all we gotta do is fill in the blanks, get the city to work properly. Traffic wise, biggest issue in everybody's city. We're at 79% with 75,000, so I think we're doing pretty darn good. And this traffic over here went down on that side. This side is still a little bit backed up, so I'll look into this. I'll fix that as well. It's not a big issue. But I think we're oh, what? No. No, we're not doing that, guys. Come on. These guys, man. But I will, I guess, include a off-ramp from here into this area as well, because looks like it was popular, this little game they were playing on me here. But I think we'll call it. I think we'll call it. I like this. I do. I want to check it again. Let's see. Total profit 24,000. Zero import. Look at that. That's what we want. 25,000 pretty much coming in per week. Zero import, which means we're producing all of our own. And we're good, man. We are good. So, let me know your guys' thoughts on the farming. Did I miss something? Could I have added something? Should I add more of the processor buildings? I don't know. You let me know. But you know what's coming in the episodes to come. Actually, before we go, let's just go ahead and finalize this thing. We'll buy this area right over here. So now we have a nice big square to work off of. But let me know what you guys think. And I just got an achievement that popped up as well. I missed it. Oh well. But let me know what you guys think. I'm kind of excited. We're almost at the end, which means that soon we get to start a new city. Maybe, who knows? But we'll finish this one up before we talk about that. Let me know your thoughts on this farming area. I'd really like to know. As always, be the best that you can be in everything that you do. And I will see you guys on the next one.